Hey gamers! If you are a fan of action roguelike games, then you've come to the right place. In this video, I will show you the best side-scroller action roguelike games that you must play. Some of you might disagree with the ranking, but that's okay. All I know is that this game is a good game. Alright then, without further ado, let's get started. Spiritfall is an exhilarating action roguelite that blends elements from Brawlhalla, Hades, and Dead Cells to create a unique gaming experience. The combat is 2D platform fighters, is fast-paced, dynamic, and incredibly satisfying once you get the hang of it. The game offers an ever-changing arsenal of divine powers that keep each playthrough fresh and potentially overpowered. These powers, combined with normal attacks and special abilities, make for a diverse and engaging combat system. The boss fights, however, can be quite challenging due to their Souls-like approach. They require careful observation and precise timing, which can feel at odds with the otherwise fast-paced combat. Ghost 1.0 is a Metroidvania game with a classic and roguelite mode. The game is linear in classic mode and respawns the player in a save room when they die. In roguelite mode, death has a heavier penalty and items are randomly arranged to create wilder weapon loadouts. You take on the role of a ghost with the ability to escape from your robotic shell at any time. You can then float around the room, taking control of enemies and avoiding obstacles. Additionally, the game has an alert level system wherein the player must battle waves of enemies until their hacker friend disables the security system. This allows security alarms to be triggered. Oblivion Override is a compelling side-scrolling action game that stands out in the crowded roguelite genre. In this game, players assume the role of Crimson, a combat bot navigating a post-apocalyptic world full of dangerous robots. The game has a rich combat system full of frenetic, stylized, and flashy moves, as well as a variety of weapons to suit any playstyle. Overall, Oblivion Override is an excellent choice for fans of action-packed side-scrolling games with its distinct blend of ninja and robot elements, as well as its diverse arsenal of weapons and dynamic environments. Make for an entertaining and challenging experience. .30XX is an action platform game inspired by the Mega Man X series. It features two playable characters, Nina and Ace, who must battle an evil scientist and his 8 robots. The game features 2 modes: Standard Mode, which is a randomized roguelike mode, and Mega Mode, which is a more traditional Mega Man-style mode with permadeath. The game has received an impressive graphical overhaul from its predecessor, 20XX, with updated character designs and stage visuals. The game also features a dedicated boss rush mode, a speedrun timer, and a level creator for sharing original stages with the 30XX community. Astral Ascent is a roguelike game that combines elements from popular games like Hades, Ori and the Blind Forest, and Dead Cells. The game features unique character designs and stunning pixel art, with well-developed NPCs that add charm and depth to the story. The gameplay is intuitive and offers a satisfying platforming experience, with levels that are just the right size and a logical path to progress. The complex upgrade system may be initially confusing, but once the abilities begin to stack, the game becomes undeniably addictive. The addition of local 2-player co-op is also a great feature. While it's not a perfect game, Astral Ascent is a great time and a must-play for fans of the roguelike genre.
Well done.
Dungreed is a roguelike game that takes place in a dungeon filled with monsters and procedurally generated levels. Players will start with a basic sword and can acquire new weapons and accessories as they progress through the dungeon. The game also features an inn where players can buy food to restore their fullness points, which are spent when entering new rooms. The game can be slow to progress in the beginning, but once the player acquires useful weapons and accessories, the game becomes more enjoyable. The developers have designed the game with ease in mind, allowing for quick restarts and easy navigation of the town. Sundered Eldritch Edition is a Metroidvania roguelike game with a strong Lovecraftian influence. It features a unique blend of exploration, combat, and platforming mechanics. The game's strength lies in its accessibility and smooth controls. Movement feels fluid and satisfying. The combat is straightforward yet engaging, with a focus on melee attacks, dodging, and special moves. This simplicity in mechanics allows players to quickly dive into the action without a steep learning curve. One of the game's best features is the local co-op for up to 4 players. It's a rare thing in modern gaming, so those looking for a couch co-op experience will surely appreciate it. Risk of Rain Returns is a remake of the original Risk of Rain. The remake features upgraded visuals and music, as well as new abilities and characters. The gameplay is smooth and controls feel natural, even as they evolve throughout the game. The bosses are challenging and require different strategies to defeat. The new abilities and characters add more customization options and variety to the game. The new Trials mode offers a nice side quest from the standard roguelike mode. However, the loss of the third dimension from Risk of Rain 2 can make some of the new characters feel odd to play. Blazblue Entropy Effect is a roguelike game that takes inspiration from the Blazblue franchise. Players assume the role of a small robot that can transform into Blazblue characters in a digital world. The game features 10 unlockable characters, each with their own unique moveset and playstyle. The combat is fast-paced and fluid, with a focus on obtaining moves and passives for each character. Players can upgrade their moves and passives as they progress through stages, and can also pick up elemental enhancements for their weapons. The game's user interface and visual design are slick and cybernetic, making it one of the best-looking roguelikes available. Rogue Legacy 2 is a masterclass in the roguelike genre. In Rogue Legacy 2, players take on the role of a randomly generated warrior exploring a castle filled with secrets and different enemy types. When the hero dies or retires, the player can select their progeny and choose their class and playstyle. The art style of Rogue Legacy 2 is simplistic but charming, reminiscent of Adventure Time. The UI has been overhauled from the first game, and only provides the necessary information for exploration. Overall, Rogue Legacy 2 is an absolute blast with tight gameplay, responsive controls, and sublime music that adds to the atmosphere of each location. Neon Abyss is a fun roguelike platformer with eye-catching neon pixel art. You start in a main area where you can upgrade your character and even dance at a rave. The game has random rooms with power-ups, enemies, or eggs. These eggs hatch into pets with special abilities that evolve as you play, adding a fun twist. Boss battles are tough, but don't feel very different from other games. Even though you die a lot, you still earn experience and currency to unlock new characters and abilities. The game is great for both hardcore players and those looking for quick fun. All in all, it's a highly replayable and engaging game. Have a Nice Death is engaging 2D platformer roguelike that offers a fresh take on the genre. The gameplay is combat-focused with each department having its own distinct style and creature types. Curses add variety to runs by improving weapons while also bringing status conditions at higher levels. The game progresses slowly but linearly, with achievements lowering the unlock prices for specific weapons and curses. The game also includes features that help players who struggle with roguelikes, such as adjusting health and enemy damage settings. Overall, Have a Nice Death is a fun and engaging platformer that strikes a good balance between challenging and approachable for those who are afraid of death. Skul the Hero Slayer is addictive game from Korean developer Noita Games, is a lovingly crafted homage to the beloved roguelike genre. In Skul, you play as a lowly soldier of the Demon King, tasked with rescuing the remaining senators of the council and the Demon King himself. The game also features items that adjust your style of play, with inscriptions that add additional perks like slowdown, chill effects, or double jump arrows. The combat in Skul is fast-paced and intense, with dodging, double jumps, cooldown abilities, and skull swapping all combining to form a thrilling display of abilities and reflexive combat that feels absolutely fantastic. Noita is a chaotic roguelike game that offers players a unique experience with its fully simulated pixel-based physics. The game allows for a high degree of experimentation and creativity, as players can combine different spells and modifiers to create powerful and unpredictable effects. However, this freedom comes at a cost, as the game is incredibly difficult and players will often find themselves dying in unexpected and frustrating ways. The game's wand system lets players customize their tools to suit any situation. However, the lack of meta progression means that players will need to rely on their own skills and knowledge to make it through the game's challenging levels. Dead Cells is a captivating 2D action game that blends elements from iconic franchises like Rogue, Castlevania, and Dark Souls. The main character is a group of cells that inhabit the bodies of the dead, and every time the player dies, they lose almost all progress and goods, but become stronger with each repetition. The game forces players to think and make difficult decisions throughout, as all weapons and gadgets are obtained randomly, and players must choose which items to carry that fit their playstyle. The game's animation is smooth, with every action feeling weighty and satisfying. The mysterious story is full of dark humor and references to other pop culture elements. And that's it for today. What do you think about this list? I know there are best side-scroller action roguelike games out there that I haven't mentioned yet. Please share your favorite action roguelike side-scroller games that you think deserve a spot here. Don't forget to like this video, and make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to miss another great list. And as always, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.